This is Eren Erdogan. We've been looking for you all day and we pop right in the video without any work. How are you, my friend?
Glad to see you.
You too.
And my friend Tuncer here. We go a long way back, him and I. He reminded me at my younger days that he was in the same place. Let's not talk about that too much.
Okay.
But we were in the same place. He was my superior.
I was the
Right.
General Secretary of the Commander.
That's the one. So, yes.
So tell us, how do you like your, is that a vacation or just...
Well, to be truthful, I'm touching base. Touching my roots. You need to do that every so often.
Right.
So now this is the time. And to be here in this environment and feel the culture and feel the atmosphere.
The energy, the positive energy. I can feel it already.
It's in here. It's trying to get out of my chest like this.
Right.
So yeah, it's absolutely magical. You know, if you look to your right, there's a corner shop right there. There was a hole there, and I used to be, that's just that wall there, just right there. There was a hole there. I used to be a little apprentice during my holidays. My father sent me to become a barber. Wasn't to be. So we used to look through that hole there into this hunt. And believe it or not, there was, in 60s, there were a lot of poor people living in here. They were, this kind of people that from the villages that sort of got out from the communal trouble, so they needed accommodation, so they were here. It was kind of sad, but there was animals in here. There was mules, and there was even goats in here. They bought their of course few animals that they could bring, and they would milk it in the morning and so forth. Made their own halim and made their own milk, whatever. It was brilliant.
They were a poor person, and they were renting to this poor person a single room. And in single room, sometimes there was 6, 8 children was living in that room, and there was one toilet in those days. The toilet was on the corner.
That corner?
That corner. And now they make the other one here. In this place, there was a araba, a kümes.
They had the buggy and they had the chicken coops as well.
And every time, because in the entrance there was my father's friend, Nidai Jaba Jaba.
Did you?
He was a shoemaker, and his shop, he was a famous one, but afterwards his shop was in the entrance of the Büyükhan. He was having a small table, and he was repairing shoe. Not selling new shoes.
Then he moved to Kumarcılar.
No, he was here. He was in Büyükhan. No. Afterwards, he went on the corner of Kumarcılar.
And that Kumarcılar, from the traffic that was passing from there, it actually caved in. It was such a narrow passage. You should show it to Chris.
Yes, we take him there.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember that. And every time when the buses or car was passing from that place, it was hitting to the corner of the hand.
It took an edge of the hand every time the buses took it. Actually did. Thankfully, it has been renovated. It brought back the original.
I don't know if the wall is still like that. Now we are going to see if it is straight.
That will be open on the 19th.
19th?
Kumarcılar will be open on 19th. And it's sort of been by Evgaf, but I believe John Aziz have some sort of share or holding there.
Some of the share is belong to John Aziz.
Yes.
Some of the share is belong to government.
Government.
Yes.
Okay, so the combination of several people, they actually renovating the Han. it's great to see government chipping in and private identities are chipping in, government chipping in. So it's became. I already had a look in there. It looks great. I just hope they fill it up nicely and make it more cultural than any other. So we will be able to enjoy the past nostalgia of.
No, I didn't give it a chance. I'm going to speak up a little bit because of the music, so make sure the listeners can hear us.
That's all right. It's romantic.
No, I mean I want to literally make sure they can hear us. But I didn't get a chance to introduce you because you walked right to the video. I just want to let everybody know also that you left Cyprus for Australia. What year was that?
I believe I left in 1973. I left then, and I was actually 16 when I left,
wow.
And I joined that. They took me in when I was 15. 15. Nobody believes me. I guess I wasn't that big, but I think they said, you know, good, get in there. But so people that to know, my name is Eren Erdogan. I am the creator of Frozen Cypriot site.
Exactly, on Facebook, which is a very, very good group.
Our sister group,
exactly.
The Cyprus culture.
Exactly, but your group is amazing because people are posting those pictures frozen in time.
Yes.
Thus comes the name Frozen Cypriots from all over the world and all over Cyprus.
Correct.
That's amazing.
Correct,
and,
that's correct.
Where is your brother, Sermon? He's not here today?
Sermon is right into family. He loves family. He's just going from one to another. And I'm very unlike that.
And he's in Cyprus as well, right?
I like my own freedom.
You're both in Cyprus right now at the moment.
We are in Cyprus, and yes, of course we are. We are staying for a little while now that I met my good friend Tuncer. He's an absolute history. He is a history.
Yeah, he is
the history of this place.
I call him a moving library.
He is a moving history, not library. Trust me.
Oh, history and library.
Oh, he is a moving history.
Wow.
And, I am so happy and so privileged to meet a gentleman like this. I sincerely mean that. And people.
He's one of my best friends. We did a lot of videos together, and it's amazing how much he knows about Cyprus. And I'm not just in the north part of Cyprus, all over Cyprus. He knows more than anybody else. He's a true Cypriot.
Thank you, but not at all.
Oh, come on, don't be modest, that's okay. So this is the hunt where I hanged around as a youth, as a young person. And when I reached the age of 14, 15, I thought barber wasn't me. So I decided, I moved around the corner, not far away from there, a place called Chiraklı. I went and worked for Mustafa Chiraklı, which was making Sadrazam sucuk, meaning the delight, the Cypriot delight. Lokum, that's the one, with a whole nuts in it.
Sujuko,
that's the one.
Sujuko, yes.
That's right.
He was famous on sujuk, and especially on lokum. He was the best, and still he is the best on lokum. Because previously, before him, while we was coming from Turkey, while we were studying in university, we used to bring lokum from Turkey. But when they start to make lokum in North part, we start to not to bring lokum from Turkey because he was the best one.
Exactly. Right, with Chiraklı, I was there in 1969-70, working there as a young boy, and they used to sell a lot of nuts and all the coffee, the delicatessen in a short, but with everything. But the man himself, Mustafa Chiraklı, was a pehlivan, which is he was either pehlivan or he was a bodybuilder. He still got the photo in the shop. You should go and have a look at it. It's hanging on the wall.
Pehlivan, you mean wrestler?
Wrestler, that's right. Yes. Well, anybody Cypriot will know what pehlivan is.
Yes.
You remember him being pehlivan?
Of course.
Yes.
Tell us about your family and that governor's house, his story for us.
Well,
or history.
Yes. Well,
whatever you can tell us.
Well, I was born in Nicosia Hospital, but I was obviously we lived in Nicosia, today's presidential palace. Then it was the governor's house. It was a beautiful garden where my father seen 3 governors through there. And of course, he was elevated to well, he got there as supervisor and became a superior supervisor. I don't know how that went.
You're talking about British.
Yeah,
era, right?
British times, correct.
Time, yeah.
I'm talking about late 40s, early 50s,
Oh, got it,
and
yeah.
all the way to 60s. So it was a magical place. My father he managed to turn he manicured all the gardens, because he was more or less not a gardener, but he was a designer of the gardens, if you like, and he overseen just about everybody. There is a movie clip which I will probably lend it to you to have post that to, of my father holding the Hugh Foot's wife's hand, just leading her through the garden and cutting flowers and all. It's magical. It was a magical place until the 60s, until we sort of left there. However, let me tell you a quick story about Makarios. Do you like to hear about Makarios?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you about Makarios.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. As my father was supervisor for the gardens, he gave my mother a part-time job, a couple hours a day, in the grounds, to clip off the dead flowers around the house, which had to be kept immaculate condition. And Mum used to sort of do that couple hours afternoon and whatnot. And one day, I would have been about 5, 6, that I very much remember what happened that day. We were clipping, or as she was clipping that, I saw a man approaching at us with a black dress, with a beard, and I wonder who he was. I had no idea who he was. I'm talking about 1961. Okay? And the man approached to us, and I looked at him. Mum didn't see him. Her back was to him. Then he came and started to talk to me in Turkish. He said to me, "Senin ismin ne? What's your name?"
Wow.
And I said to him, "My name is Eren." He repeated in Turkish to me, Eren, with a thick Greek accent, which that I sort of was funny to hear a Greek person talk to me in Turkish, which was amazing. He picked me up, he held me in his arm.
How old were you?
I would have been between 4 or 5, the tops,
okay.
and I do, believe it or not, remember it. And he picked me up, and he was actually really interested in me, and he giggled and laughed and asked other questions that I cannot tell you what they were. At that age I couldn't, obviously. And that was that. And then, of course, Mum looked a little sort of baffled, if you like, and sort of explained what she was doing there and so forth. And he happily put me down, and of course he smiled and squeezed my cheek, and he was happy to sort of talk with me in a small chat. So he left. And then my mum told me he said to me, "That's Makarios." And I said, "Oh, who is Makarios?" As a young boy, I had no idea. But to say the least, that's the story of Makarios that I had came to close contact with them. So that's Makarios. There you go. Now, how is that? Are we done?
No, not yet.
What is it?
Not yet.
You want my life story?
Not yet. Yes, I do.
Oh, good.
Hey,
listen, I charge for these sort of things, you know.
I already paid my dues. I have a lot of credit.
Oh, have you?
Where did you go to school? In Nicosia?
Okay.
Like
we
high school or elementary
every
school?
day we took a train. We took a bus every day, Loforios, we used to call them. Those red ones, you know, the English ones, red ones?
Yeah.
Every day we passed the Medaxas and we came all the way to church, Fonoromeni church. Right in front of it, bus stop. We walked from there to Selimiye İlkokulu, Selimiye Primary School. Okay? That was amazing trip to travel every day and see that icon, and it was like hassle and bustle, but brilliant, absolutely brilliant walk for us as a kid. It was amazing. We walked through up Uyumcu Street alongside of Pandabulia, and we reached to Selimiye Cami, and then we walked across. We walked across to our little school, which is just so stone throw away from the Selimiye Mosque. And that's how we traveled every day. And my grandfather on Idadi Sokak he had a little bakkaliye, a small little delicatessen which sold anything from sugar, the fasulya, to even drop of red wine in winter, and maybe a zouk in summer, or kapsuli. Sula. And all the traders used to go have a shot in there, and he used to heat up our lunch that Mum prepared. It was amazing days. So we traveled every day, and our school was at Selimiye. So.
And you come from a large family, right? Brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I guess not a large, but large enough for a Cyprus standards, you know. It was fine. It was good to see. Grandfather and grandmother lived in Yeni Cami, which is close by, of course. But the family, aunties and uncles and all that were obviously scattered. They were well-to-do people. They were all educated well, and they had good high positions. Actually, I just remember, our school was next to Bodamyalizade school. You know Bodamyalizade, on the corner of Midadi and
near the Mentezade Konak.
Bravo.
On the corner. If you want, we can go there and show to Chris.
I think you should.
You are not coming with us?
To do the tour of the Nicosia, I love to. We'll see how we go. Okay?
Okay.
We have got a bit of time strain, but for Chris and for you, we do anything. How's that?
We can go now. We shortly visited that place. Then we want to go with Chris to Kyrenia.
Okay, I'll drive you to Kyrenia.
No, we have a car.
You have a car. He doesn't trust me driving, I don't
But
think.
if you want, you can take us.
But how am I going to bring you back? You can catch the train back.
No, but go with Tuncer is better. We don't have to carry us back.
Oldu. Öyle yaparız. Tamam.